If you feel like your team keeps pushing back, questioning your decisions, or testing the limits, it's usually not because they're being difficult. It's because there's one boundary that hasn't been set yet. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the specific boundary that stops the pushback without you needing to raise your voice or be that manager. This is something that I've seen over and over in field ops and HR. And once managers fix this one thing, everything gets easier. First, if setting a boundary feels uncomfortable, that's totally normal. Most managers were never taught how to do this. We're told to be supportive and be approachable, but no one ever explains where the line is. And when there's no line, your team will fill in the blanks. What I want you to remember is, it's not about being strict, it's about being clear. The boundary most new managers skip is being clear on what's non-negotiable. Not everything needs to be rigid, but some things do. When everything feels flexible, your team starts negotiating everything. You've probably seen this before. Deadlines become suggestions, standards become optional, and even good employees start testing where the line is. So this is what setting the boundary actually looks like. You clearly name what matters, why it matters, and what happens if it gets missed. And then you follow through. So, for example, instead of saying, hey, just try to be on time, you say, start times are non-negotiable because it impacts the entire team. If it happens again, we'll need to talk about next steps. You don't need to over-explain. Being clear and nice beats long and apologetic. Now here's the truth. Your boundary doesn't exist until you hold it. The first time you do it, it'll feel awkward. The second time will feel firm. And by the third time, your team will adjust. When you reinforce a non-negotiable, I want you to remember that consistency builds trust faster than flexibility ever will. When you set this boundary, you'll see a few things that'll happen. There will be fewer arguments, more respect, and better behavior. And no, it doesn't make you unapproachable. It makes you predictable. Most teams don't want a strict manager. They want a predictable one. If you want to reset this starting now, do 3 things. First, decide what's non-negotiable. Second, say it clearly. And third, hold it calmly. Remember, you're not being difficult, you're just doing your job. If this hits home, you're not alone and you're not behind. If you want more real-world leadership advice without the corporate fluff, subscribe. And if you feel like your team doesn't take you seriously, check out my other video in the description. This is HR IRL, and we're figuring this out together. See you in the next one.